Before the arenas, before the awards.
This is b4Nashville Live. Have a question for our guest? Send it to us via Messenger.
Here's your host, George Davis.
And welcome back to Before Nashville. I know it's been a little bit of a hiatus. A lot of stuff going on around the Before Nashville plantation. And so you guys are just going to have to bear with me. Coming on tonight, I've got three brothers who we actually have a little bit in common. And we'll talk about that coming up in just about 30 seconds.
Before Nashville is proudly sponsored by Go-Go Tuners, the go-to tuner for professional and amateur musicians. Get your Go-Go Tuner at gogotuners.com. By Heart to Heart Coffee, the coffee that gives back. Find out more at heart2heartcoffee.com. By Sibby's Apparel, worn by heroes, made with respect. Order yours at sibby'sapparel.com. And by Three Rangers Whiskey, not for the weak or faint-hearted. ThreeRangers.com.
All right, and we want to welcome a new sponsor tonight, ICBA, Independent Country Booking Agency. If you're an independent artist or you're a venue and you're looking for some booking, all you have to do is send an email to info@icba.live, info@icba.live. So tonight I've got three guys. Hey, guys, how you doing?
Hey, buddy. Well,
hey, these guys are all brothers, Andy, Chad, and Dennijo, and I'm going to let y'all kind of point out who's who.
Well, I'm Chad.
I'm Andy, and I'm Dennijo.
All right. So I'm glad y'all didn't mess me up there. You probably are not telling me the truth. I'm going to be calling you different names. I know how you guys are. I've hung out with y'all before. And so these guys collectively are called Flat River Band, which I like, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. You guys are originally from the Show Me State.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we are. Our daddy had a barber shop there in Flat River, Missouri for about 30 years. And we just decided to take on the name. Nobody could pronounce our last name, so we're just kind of rolling with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, there's another thing I didn't know that we have in common. My grandpa was a barber, so there you go. We got that too.
There you go.
And Flat River, actually, the town of Flat River, if I'm not mistaken, is no longer there. They changed the name.
That's right. They changed it after we took on the name. No, they changed the name to collectively. There's multiple little incorporated towns there, and they just changed it to Park Hills.
Right. So if you're up in the Park Hills area, then you're pretty much in Flat River. I mean, I remember going up there as a kid with my dad. You know, it's like going and driving around Flat River. He was a salesman, so we were always. It wasn't like we were checking out the back roads. We were always working.
What did he sell, George?
He sold heavy machinery, and he sold like janitorial supplies, brooms, and chemicals and stuff like that. And he did that for a long time. I mean, as long as I can remember.
Yeah, our grandpa, actually, he had a vacuum house right there at Federal Hill, right beside my dad's barber shop there.
Okay.
Built a vacuum house as well. And
right next to the railroad tracks.
Yeah, going down Federal Hill there.
Right. Yeah. It's been a minute, but I know about where you're talking about. I've driven through Park Hills.
Yeah, well, actually, Flat River is right there by the railroad tracks, right by the shop in the vacuum house.
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys grew up in you did a lot of music growing up. You came from basically a multi-generational group. So music's always been kind of in your bloodline.
Yeah, for sure. We grew up in a family band, and Grandpa played the dobro. Grandma played the upright bass. Daddy played guitar. Mama sang, and Dennijo played the mandolin. I played the 5-string. Andy played the bass when Grandma wasn't playing it. And we just traveled all around, man, just making some music.
And great. I mean, it's great when you have that backing from family. But when you guys were growing up, I'm going to kind of shoot this to you individually. Give me one influence that you guys have had in your music.
Oh, boy. Okay. Probably, I would say Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs, musically. But harmony-wise, I say for me, it would probably, because we did a lot of gospel stuff.
Right.
we really just kind of drawn to a group called the Golden Gate Quartet or the Fairfield Four.
Yep.
And as far on the gospel end, as far as for me, but
I remember the first time singing, learning to sing 3-part harmony. That came from hearing All the Gold in California with the Gatlin brothers.
Oh yeah.
Singing along to the record. We lived in a little trailer park that was in Fredericktown, Missouri. If you know where Fredericktown's at.
Yep.
And I remember my parents would travel from Fredericktown to St. Louis and the back of the Thunderbird, and we would have to sing 3-part harmony, and that was one of the songs we started singing was All the Gold in California.
Yeah, Mama stuck all their her old tapes in the cassette player and
8 tracks.
And then she taught us boys how to sing harmony. So
Now here's a question, because you said that you had to learn 3-part harmony. Was it you had to learn it, or you were going to walk to where you were going? Was it that kind of a had to?
Possibly.
Depending on Mama's mood that day, right?
That's right.
I would say probably for me would be Alabama, Eagles.
Mhm.
If I wasn't playing music all night with these guys here, we'd be listening to Alabama and the Eagles and stuff like that, and taking those guys and influencing on us and adding it to our style and our sound. That's kind of, I think, how we come up with Flat River Band. That's what makes up Flat River Band. So,
Right. And when you were talking about learning, and I'm glad you said that, because I was thinking, well, maybe the Eagles weren't a part of that, but the Eagles, I mean, Seven Bridges Road, if you want to learn harmony with 3 or 4 people, that's a song to learn it to.
oh yeah, without a doubt.
That's
They have
That's one
definitely
of
paved the way for a lot of people.
Mhm. And the Gatlin brothers. I'm not taking anything away from Larry and the guys, all the gold in California. But that thing, man, I tell you, harmony makes a band to me.
yeah,
I just love it. And you guys, I mean, your style is kind of a bluegrass country. I mean, you haven't really, and I love that, because it's not like the pop country. You're the good. I don't want to say classic. I don't want to say old, but you have that classic feel, kind of the wholesome country of today that we don't really hear much on the radio, unfortunately.
that's missing.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
missing on the airwaves. Yeah, I agree 100%. Well,
It's coming on though. I can tell you, George, it's coming back.
Yeah, and I take that as a compliment. I think that's great. That's we're a live band. We don't sing along with tracks or anything like that, which is commonly done in today's society. But it's we're a live band, and we got 3-part harmony. We just kind of
You throw in the genetic harmony thing, and it just it's something special happens.
Absolutely. What is it about? Because, it's so funny, because I can name off some other bands, and I'm going to throw a couple of shout outs to a couple of people real quick. Presley and Taylor. I mean, those two sisters have amazing, family type harmony. What do you guys think brings that out in a family? Is it because you're working together so much, or is it just, like you said, genetic?
I think it's a combination probably of both. You know what I mean? Of working together and genetic. I would say mainly number one, it would be genetic. And then when you start working together and that's all you're doing is just singing. Different moves, whether it be a vocal, up and down, changing your notes and stuff like that. That just becomes a natural thing where you know what this guy here is fixing to do, kind of when he does it. You know what I mean? So
whether it's good or bad.
It's always good to know when it's bad, so you can help him out there, because you never know when you're going to have to back him up, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So, I mean, you guys, growing up, you played Silver Dollar City. People that don't know Silver Dollar City, it's kind of I call it kind of a throwback, not really an amusement park attraction in Branson. Wonderful place to go, though. Yeah. You guys played there. What was that experience like? Because you were not, you started that fairly young, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. It was It was a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, but it was
12 and 13 years old, I believe.
it was a lot of work too.
A lot of work.
You know, you're playing you're doing 4 and 5 shows a day. And,
Right.
You know, there's a show, of course. People come there to be entertained, and you entertain them. I'll never forget playing at Dollywood back in the day when we were playing Dollywood. We did it for 5 years. You were graded by the surveys that people left, and that was kind of where they had a standard for where they expected your entertainment level to be. So the middle of the summer, actually, you know, growing up, what you asked what it was like. It's like, so we grew up riding rides in between shows.
We have missed a few shows.
We were late to a couple of shows because of the long line at an amusement park. We played all the Six Flags across the United States as well, and I guess growing up as a kid, that was one of the cool things about playing amusement parks was getting around, you know. But in the Branson area, playing in Branson so long with our employee cards, you know, we could always get in to see. I got to see acts like Restless Heart, Willie Nelson, Merle Haggard, you name it, Mel Tillis. You know, I got to see them all free. We always go to either the late shows or sometimes we'd catch the matinee shows depending on what our schedule was like for the day. And I've seen a lot of those big acts where just a couple people were in the crowd, and they still played like they were playing to 1 million people. You know, so
Absolutely.
Needless to say, three brothers growing up in a trailer park, we made a vacation out of that every time.
I bet you did. You know, and the thing that I love where you're talking about, and I know you guys do this too, I love the work ethic when an artist, whether it's 3 people or 3,000 people, they play their heart out, because that's what your heart is, your music.
Yeah.
That's what's in your blood, and you want to share that. Doesn't matter how many people. It's not as fun with 3 people as it is with 3,000, because you're feeding off the energy, and 3 people can bring energy depending on how much liquid courage and stuff they've had possibly, but it's still nothing like 3,000.
That's right.
So what I'm going to start, I'll tell you what, let's start with Dennijo, because he's kind of sharing a lot about that. What was your favorite memory of playing in these parks?
I would say, you know, funnel cakes. No, you know, it's kind of crazy because we were playing a lot of festivals and stuff, and we have so many great memories. But all 3 of us are guilty as not. There's not one more
information.
I am going to release some information.
This may not be good.
It never failed. Every year they would have this clogging competition. Okay, they would have this clogging competition. No, 3 of us couldn't dance our way out of a wet paper sack, but they would have this clogging competition. So these girls would come in from all these young little cloggers would come in from all over the United States on these different various stages and stuff. And it never failed. Every year, the 3 of us would have a girlfriend that was a clogger.
At least for a week.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So we've created a lot of great memories. Some things we wish we could take back, but well, we've had a great time playing music parks. I would say.
Go ahead.
I would say that would probably be some of the biggest highlights.
Cloggers.
Yeah. We had so much fun. It was great.
The cloggers are the biggest highlight. I love that. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh my God.
I just think of all the memories that spawned from meeting those girls. You know what I mean? All
Right,
the,
exactly.
Girls and
relationships that you
then
built.
you met these girls, you met them girls, and them girls. Oh,
of course,
boy.
you know, I'm too old for all that stuff now.
Oh,
Right.
there you go.
Right. Okay. So let's just go ahead and move on to this question, since you've already brought it up. I'm going to have to ask you guys. All right. Out of the three of you, all of you married? Anybody single?
We're all married.
Okay.
Some
So
of us
girls
are single at certain times and not others.
No.
Not me. Not me.
No.
Not me. I want to get that straight.
Now, some of us have tried their hand at marriage a couple of times. And
right.
A couple of us have.
A couple of us have. They've tried their hand at it a couple of times.
Oh man.
And some of us have gotten good at it and figured out. I think all three of us have finally gotten good at being married.
Oh gosh, man, bless
There's
your
an art
wife.
to that,
That's all I can say. What's that?
There's an art to that.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
There's an art to being married. Staying
Right. I think I figured it out. I'm not sure, but you know, my secret to being married is 2 words. Yes, honey.
Smart.
That's all you got to do. Oh my gosh. Hey guys, I got to show you this message. My wife just sent one too. Look at this. We're on a big screen in Florida at a restaurant right now, so we can't screw up, just to let you know. Hey, Florida, how you doing? And this was from my wife. All right, you ready for this one?
Yeah.
Be careful. Woo! That's great.
Oh, I love her. I love her. She's awesome. You guys got to meet her. I am a blessed man. That's all I can say. I'm not kissing up either.
All of us are blessed for sure.
Right. We were just talking earlier. We were at a function earlier, and I was telling people, you know, I'm in radio. My wife's a massage therapist, but we go to Nashville for CRS. Everybody ignores me and they talk to her, and they don't know she's a massage therapist. Once they find out, they really just talk to her.
Right.
But up until that point, they still talk to her. And I'm like, I'm the reason we're here because of it's radio. But everybody thinks she's in radio. I mean, I don't know.
That's awesome.
I'm the one that has the face for radio. She's got a much prettier face than I do. Much, much prettier. I don't know if I just dug myself out of the doghouse or just got deeper in. Let's get back to you guys before I make myself a little bit more in trouble. So growing up and working the music scene and stuff like that, you know, I mean, we talked about, you know, a couple of memories, but I'm going to ask Andy this one. The travel that you guys did. I mean, when you're traveling around, what was your favorite memory on that one?
Oh my goodness! Wow, traveling around. Well, just like any family, we were hitting each other, punching each other in the arm, playing Hertz Donut, and who can sit in the middle, who's not going to sit in the middle. And then in between that, we would sing All the Gold or any other harmony song that Mama wanted us to sing. We were singing. So I don't know. It was good memories. I remember we actually had a motorhome. I remember our parents did when we were playing in Silver City. I enjoyed camping a lot. We did a lot of camping, I think, growing up too as kids. Back then, you know, when you camp, everybody looked forward to it. You know what I mean? When you get out of the house, you look forward to it. Just within the last, I guess, 7-8 years, and there's not much communication anymore. So we communicated a lot more then, you know. So I'd say just being close. We're a close, tight family. We're pretty close knit, and we have had a couple of buses. Some of us have wrecked them. You know, I haven't.
We've had 2 buses.
Yeah.
We had a 1969 MCI bus, and then we had a 79 Prevost, and man, we had a ball.
You wrecked one, and Dennijo wrecked the other. No, not kidding. That's how it worked. That's how it worked like that. I don't know if it worked in that order. I think you were first and then him, but that's besides the point.
So basically, what you're saying here is they're not allowed to drive the bus anymore.
Well,
shoot, diesel's so high, George. My goodness.
Hey, I'm here to tell you.
My goodness.
We used to keep a blow up rubber bat.
You remember them big old blow up bats that you would get like at Six Flags or you'd get like at a theme park?
We'd keep it by the buddy seat So if the driver would grind the gears,
They got whacked in the head
They got
with a
whacked
drive
in
on the
the head
road.
with that.
So you couldn't do that anymore. You can't.
No.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore. But that's the way we used to, and we still sometimes tend to do stupid stuff that we shouldn't on the road because we're brothers. You know what I mean? So we get by with that.
Yeah, well, you get by with that stuff, but even if it wasn't for being on the road, I mean, or being in the band, it's there's still that brother mentality no matter what. So you guys, I mean, y'all write collectively, correct?
Sure.
Or
Yeah.
so y'all write together. Do you remember the first song you ever wrote?
Wow.
You can answer that all together or individually. I'll
But
get
Chad writes a lot of the stuff, and then collectively, a lot of times we'll get together and write. You know what I mean?
right.
And some of us will come in there and maybe add an and expect their name to be on it. You know what I mean?
So, a word for a third. That's kind of popular here.
Well, in this group here, it is. So, I take advantage of that brother system sometimes.
So how much of the royalties do you get when you do that, though? I mean, of that 30 cents, you can't get
There
that
you go. 33.
33.3%.
There it is. Only brothers add one word.
That's just enough to dream about getting diesel for the bus, right?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So back, I mean, do you guys remember the first song?
the first song I wrote was a gospel song. And a cousin, matter of fact, a cousin of, I don't remember the lyrics on it, but it's some cousin of ours, the Southern Brothers from Cape, around Patton, Missouri area. They recorded it.
Okay.
They recorded that song, the first song I wrote. And it's
been years, huh?
the royalty checks are coming in. I haven't been the same ever since.
He ain't been the same ever since, George. It's that one song, you know what I mean?
That's right.
It's one song.
That's how he's got to be financially independent today.
And that's been years ago. That's been years ago. And I guess I wrote a song called Time Flies By. But there's I don't know if you know him or not. Do you know Jeff Womble lives down there in the Boot Hill?
Yeah, I do.
He plays with us periodically. And,
Really?
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, we played at a festival not too long ago in Southern Indiana, and we made him drive over there from Bertrand, Missouri, to play with us. But Jeff, he played with our family band. He played on our very first recording.
Yeah.
And we did that there at Flat River, and man,
Jeff, we were just little kids, and Jeff played on our first record.
Yeah,
and he played the Bean Blossom show with us, the Americana Festival over in Bean Blossom, Indiana, a couple weeks ago. Small world, isn't it?
I know, that's crazy. It seems like, I'm trying to think, because when I was younger, I played drums in several bands around Southeast Missouri.
Yeah.
And it seems like I played something in a group with Jeff, or we were at a function or something, but it seemed like I played behind him somewhere. Yeah. I really feel like I have to be careful how I word that. But
how about that honorary other guy there in Sykeston, Danny Tetley? You know him?
Oh my gosh, y'all! Tell me you do not know Danny Tetley.
I know Danny. Yeah, we know Danny.
I tell you what,
he's honoring his day is long.
Danny is a good old boy, and he is one heck of a drummer. He's amazing. I love Danny.
He's something else.
Yeah. If I ever want to go see Danny, I go down to the local Pizza Inn because he owns it. So I go down there and
I
might catch him once in a while.
He played with us there at the casino there in Cape.
That's been some time ago.
Some time ago, but last time I was talking to him, he's talking about buying some chicken coops or something down there in the Boot Hill somewhere. I don't know if he went through with that, but I know he does it. He does have the Pizza Inn. Big old shout out to the Pizza Inn there in Sykeston.
Hey, pizza, or I'm sorry, I started to say pizza coops, chicken coops. Wow, their chicken coops are a big thing down here. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they are.
You know, the
Hold up.
chicken houses, I guess, is a better way to put it.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I hear the price of eggs is getting ready to skyrocket hitting this fall. So
That's right.
I went out this last weekend and I bought 14 chicks.
Oh my goodness.
On top of the 30 you already have.
I've got 35 laying hens right now.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I'm hoping to capitalize on that. They're talking $10 a dozen. You know what I mean?
Hey, there you go, man. Hey, when wood got so high, I had like 3, I guess they were 8, 9 foot 2x4s that I used to build this place. I hung on to them because I thought, hey, I can sell them and retire.
There you go. Yeah, for sure.
So they're still there. You gotta think about the future. You absolutely have to think about the future. So you guys, I mean, y'all are kind of musically, you're a little, I don't want to say you're a little bit of everywhere because you know the direction you're going. But you guys do bluegrass, you do country, you do gospel, you're kind of a little bit into everything. And how has the reception from people been during your shows? I mean, I unfortunately, and I have to admit, and I apologize, I have yet to see you guys live, although you are on my list. I just have to catch at the right time. But I mean, the reception, because the audiences and stuff.
We have something for everybody. I feel like that our show offers something for everybody.
Yeah.
So
it's like unwrapping a Christmas gift. You know what I mean? You don't know what it is. It's like playing Dirty Santa. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
I think it's been good, George, and I think a lot of it too, the social media, online, and stuff like that. It has actually, surprisingly, really the way our society has gone, it has opened the ears to so many people where they're also being introduced to new styles of music and new music that they typically wouldn't listen to. So I think that between that and what we're doing. I think it's right now it's been really good. We got a song right now which we're just really stoked about. That's we're sitting at number 41 on a Billboard indicator for country, and we're stoked about it, man. We're really stoked about it. People are receiving it well, and it's a great, encouraging song. So I think for the most part, we're blessed. I'll say that. Yeah, we just feel really blessed, really.
We're going to share that song with them here in just a little bit, but you guys are just too fun to talk to. But I will make time to play the song simply because that's kind of what we do here. All right. So I'm going to pick on you for a little bit here. Hang on. Let me get back over to my questions so I know what I'm talking about. I know what I want to ask, but I want to make sure. So, Chad, if you were to hand me your iPhone and the music side, nothing else, we don't want to get into that.
I was going to say, there's no telling what you're going to see on Chad's phone.
Do we really got to do this, George? I mean, really, do we really have to do this?
What are the top 10 songs that I would see on your phone?
You just went to TikTok just then, George. I don't know if you realize that anymore. No, I tell you.
Pull up your phone, Chad. Let's show us. Let's just see what you've been listening to here.
Okay.
Cockroach. Let's see here.
Nobody wants to see that. Oh my.
Well, there's a group out of New Orleans called the Subdues. You ever heard of them?
No, I don't think I have, but I have a feeling I'm going to need to look them up.
They're really good.
They are good. I agree. What else you got on your list?
I'm a big listener of John Hyatt. I love his songwriting. I got Van Morrison.
Prince.
I don't have Prince.
Okay.
I got Arlo Guthrie. I got Arlo Guthrie. And
you're getting a phone call.
Yeah, you gotta read.
I got Bob Dylan. I'm kind of old school. Honestly, I am. I'm pretty.
He's different. He's kind of
He's a different character.
He's kind of an eclectic fella.
I'm more eclectic, compared to, you know.
And I think that's what makes up. Honestly, you brought this up a while ago about our sound. You're gonna get a little flair of bluegrass. You're gonna get a little flair of maybe some blues a little bit, and maybe some Eagles harmony. I think that's what makes it Flat River Maine, because our taste is, we have similar taste, but we also, like Chad said, he's a little bit more eclectic maybe than what me and Dennijo is, and Dennijo's a little bit more. I ain't got a word to describe Dennijo. That's a nice point. And I'm a big fan of the Eagles. Probably on my phone, it's really most of my music collection is my wife pays the subscription. It's iTunes. We listen to everybody. But on my phone, it right now is Tulsa time. So
hey, there you go.
Yeah. Living on Tulsa time.
Yeah, it's a good. It's a good one. You can go wrong.
Especially a 3-part harmony with that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that would be good.
What do you got?
Try that real quick.
Oh, here you go.
Living on Tulsa time. Living on Tulsa time. Well, you know that I've been through it. You set my clock back to it. Living on Tulsa time. That's about it.
That's a great 3-part.
That's a good.
There you go. And the crowd goes wild.
Oh, that's great. Chad was setting his watch back to it. I was setting my road or something back to it on that one.
And I was setting my clock.
And he was setting his clock back to it. So,
But we were living on Tulsa time.
we were living on Tulsa time. Or
Hey,
our
that's
own time.
Right. It's Tulsa time or no time, right?
That's right.
I've been if you look at my playlist, you'd probably see guys like Eddie Rabbit. I like some 70s and 80s country.
Mm-hmm.
I like Diamond Rio, which is 90s, I know, but
Right.
I listen to a lot of satellite radio too. I listen to a lot of Willie's Roadhouse where they play like 40s and 50s country.
Right.
There's some crazy stuff on that.
That, and then I like Aerosmith and AC/DC, and then you take all that and you combine it.
It's like Bad Santa.
It's like that.
And ladies and gentlemen, you have Flat River Band. That's what it comes out of.
We had a good time, George. That's all that counts.
Hey, that's absolutely all that counts, And so here's what we got. We've got the guy's latest single, and I'm super excited about this. This is called Shining Through My Window, and I want to play that for you guys so you can hear it. If you try, now I'm going to tell you the truth because I have done this. If you try to sit in your chair with your hands and don't move your feet during this whole song, call 911. Because you got a problem, because this is a good song, and you guys got the McCrary sisters backing you up. I mean,
Yeah.
what harmonies on this? I mean, you guys have just nailed it. It sounds wonderful. So we're going to take a quick break. Got to give a shout out to the guys paying the bills. We'll do that real quick, and then we're going to get into Shining Through My Window. All right, so you guys just hang tight. We'll be back with that in 30 seconds.
b4Nashville is proudly sponsored by Go-Go Tuners, the go-to tuner for professional and amateur musicians. Get your Go-Go Tuner at gogotuners.com. By Heart to Heart Coffee, the coffee that gives back. Find out more at heart2heartcoffee.com. By Sibby's Apparel, worn by heroes, made with respect. Order yours at sibbysapparel.com. And by Three Rangers Whiskey, not for the weak or faint-hearted. ThreeRangers.com.
The sun is shining through my window. Everything seems to be okay. I got myself a good loving woman. She makes those dark clouds go away. Why does everyone wear sad faces? From where where they stand just to me. Ooh. Well, I thank God I got my baby. Well, I be feeling the way they do. The sun is shining through my window. Everything seems to be okay. I got myself a good looking woman. She makes those dark clouds go away. Thunderstorms simply disappear. Baby, you're the weatherman's biggest fear. God knows they never get it right. 'Cause everywhere you walk there, baby, the sun it shines so bright. The sun is shining through my window. Everything seems to be okay. I got myself a good looking woman. She makes those dark clouds go away. The sun is shining through my window. Shining through my window. Everything seems to be okay. I got myself a good looking woman. She makes those dark clouds go away.
I got a good feeling, y'all. Everything seems to be okay. Funny good day.
All right, there you go. That's Flat River Band and Shining Through My Window. Guys, that's an amazing song. The feel of that song, I mean, I'm serious. I'm sitting here bebopping, loving it, just eating it up. I mean, that's a great song. Is that one that you guys wrote collectively?
No. I wrote that about 10 years ago.
Wow.
And, yeah, exactly. Wow. I always envisioned myself singing the lead on it, honestly.
Right.
And after Andy, we were just throwing some songs out, and I threw that one out, and Andy started singing the lead on it. And it was like it was made for him. And the 3-part harmony on it is just kind of, we thought it was stellar. So we said, let's go to the studio with this thing, and I think the song was just made for Andy, really. Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Great song. I mean, and that is actually with it's on the EP Sights and Sounds, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And it's got some other songs. You got a Crosby, Stills and Nash song on there, which I'm a fan of theirs. And then, of course, you mentioned the Gatlin Brothers and All the Gold. You put one of theirs on there with I Just Wish You Were Someone I Love. I haven't listened to the whole thing. I got to do that because I want to hear how great y'all do that song, because I know you're going to do it good. It's a premonition. I haven't heard it yet, but I know it's going to be good. So.
Yeah, we had a good time. We had a good time in that. We didn't realize that Larry, Steve, and Rudy was actually going to sing on that when we recorded it. We just thought just recorded an old throwback #1, and we did. We recorded it, and then a friend of ours said that we needed to get that to the Gatlins, and we did, and it just worked out. It's one of those things. It's kind of a full circle thing. You know what I mean?
Oh man, but you couldn't have picked a better group or better. The song itself. You guys just. I haven't got to hear the entire thing yet. I've heard a little bit of it, but I know you guys fully. I don't judge a song till I hear it all,
Right.
simply because those first 5 seconds can always be kind of fooling you. it's kind of like now what this is going to be a tough question for you guys, and I'm just going to throw it out there. And
I hope it's a tough one, George.
Because here, I'm just going to put it this way: you guys have been in Nashville for how long?
Long time.
17 years.
17 years. What are the obstacles that you have ran into along the way in Nashville?
You don't want us to get on all of that, but I promise you, that's a movie in itself. Matter of fact, there'll be a motion picture on that one of these days. That's a movie in itself.
That's like the Star Wars series. You're going to have the main ones and then the prequel and everything else, right?
Yeah. I would just, I'll just say this, by answer you by saying this, and I think these other two would be the same. I think it's important as an artist, as a songwriter, is to follow their dream. No matter what it may look like. If you have a dream on your heart, to pursue it. It doesn't matter what, the whole world can be against you, but if you got a dream, hey. So I just there's a lot of obstacles in this town. I mean, you can you could go out here and throw a rock, and you'd hit 10 people 10 times as talented as you are. This town is full of talent, for sure. But I'll just go back to this: like, if we were recording this album, because I've had a songwriter before tell me, said, Chad, you don't have to live in Nashville to be a songwriter. And, that's true. But on the flip side of that, we wouldn't have the opportunities that we've had, like with Larry, or meeting Larry Gatlin, or meeting the McCrary sisters, or meeting all the number one hit writers that we've met and we're friends with. We couldn't have done that in Southeast Missouri. You know what I mean? So you have to get down here and get in the muck of things and just
muck's a good word, Chad. It's muck.
Yeah. You just have to get out there and just get it.
Do your thing.
Do your thing.
Don't let nobody else.
And we made a decision a long time ago. Obviously, it's been 17 years. So we made a decision to do what we want to do.
Right.
That's why we play our songs. We play what we want to play.
Right.
So there's a lot of consequences, that come with that. And there's some side effects, lots of side effects that come with that. But I think there's something to be said for staying true to yourselves and doing what you want to do. Music is something we enjoy. It's not this. I think I know it for sure. There's no doubt it's a gift, but we do it because we enjoy doing it. And if you try to take that enjoyment, we've done it. We've seen both sides of it. When you take the enjoyment out of it and you play something because you have to play it, it becomes something that I don't enjoy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Then it's a job.
Yeah.
That's
right. That's exactly right. So if you're not having fun, you ain't doing it, And so, and if you feel like you're supposed to do it, and it's kind of like what you said earlier, there is a difference in playing in front of 3 people versus 3,000 people. But one thing that the 3 of us have always had the outlook on is, it may seem a little different, but we try to play each and every time as if it's our last time playing. I don't care whether it's 3 people or whether there's 3,000 people, because that song itself, just like shining through my window, we want to encourage anybody and everybody that will listen to the music that we play out. We hope that it encourages them to press on and to live another day, because we are living in times, pretty tough times,
pretty dark world,
across the world. And I think the 3 of us, I know that the 3 of us, our goal is to encourage people to keep pressing on. And that's just the same thing with, is if you do play music and you feel like You should do it. You believe in it. You need to believe in yourself and do it to it.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And that's great advice for any, aspiring musicians or singers, or even if they're already there, that's some great nuggets of wisdom they need to take with them, is what I'm trying to say. You guys have done a good job.
Just like that song that we recorded, he's mentioned "Shining Through My Window." I wrote that 10 years ago. Now, 10 years ago, I was struggling to make my rent. I was struggling to make my car payment. I was struggling to do all this stuff. I was struggling, but I think it's imperative that a person, no matter what kind of hell you go through, that you look at the positive things that you do have.
Right.
You know what I mean? I know it's a simple song. It's "Shining Through My Window." It's a very simple song, but there's an experience behind that simplicity of that song. I would challenge anybody to go out and try to write a simple song. Go out and write a simple song that someone likes, that the heart behind it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the time, the sun, I was trying to focus on the good things of life. You know what I'm saying? So there's it's a journey, man. You got to follow the dream, no matter what's before you.
Absolutely. And kind of what Dennijo was saying earlier, there's a question that I asked some artists, and I want to throw this out to you guys because it kind of wraps around that whole thing of doing what you love. We all define success in a different way. Success does not mean the same thing to the four of us. I can guarantee you. What I view as success, what you view as success, Chad and Dennijo and Andy, you guys are all looking at success in a different way. Do you guys feel like you've succeeded?
I feel like that I've succeeded, but have I arrived? No, I have not arrived. Every day.
It's a journey.
Yeah, it's a journey.
Yeah.
And
we've had successful times throughout our career.
Yeah, we have. But
we're
not satisfied. The three of us were never satisfied. We always want to better ourselves. Better
our production, better our records, better our writing, just all the way around.
We're hoping that our next single breaks top 40 next week.
That's what we're hoping.
Not next week, maybe it'll go 2 weeks.
So
I don't know.
We have our own record label, and we're pushing our music through our Early Bird Records. And
okay.
So we're just we're wanting top 40. That's a small goal. That's a minute goal. But for us right now, but that's kind of what we're pushing for. We're headed out Sunday. We're headed out for a radio tour, and we'll be out on the road pushing our music and whatnot. So, but you're right though. Everybody has their own idea of what success is. I mean, someone's success may be just moving to Nashville,
right?
And others it may be playing the Ryman. It may be becoming a member of the Opry. It may be getting a Grammy or whatever. I know this. I think those are awesome accolades. But I know this, that you ain't gonna remember me by saying, "Oh, hey, he played the Opry." You ain't gonna remember. I want to leave. The three of us, we've talked about this many times. We want to leave substance to that is actually that affects people's lives. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's kind of what does it for us when we get in the inbox here and they're bragging about how that song moved them in a certain way. That's pretty gratifying, really.
Yeah.
You get a letter from a mother that said, "Man, I lost my son, and I heard you play this song, and it touched my heart. It's like I needed to hear this song. This song done it for me." It's like that is why that's why we do what we do.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. And it goes back to what we were saying earlier. Whether it's 3 people or 3,000 or 30,000, we try to play as if it's our last time playing, and we want to encourage anybody that is listening. I hope it encourages them to keep pressing forward, man. And life is short; it's precious. So
it's like a vapor, George. It's like a vapor.
And none of us are guaranteed tomorrow.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is so true. So as songwriters, and I want you each to answer this question. What is the one song that you have heard that you go, oh my goodness, why did I not write that song?
I got a lot of those, man. I got a lot of those. I got a lot of those. I'm really drawn. I don't know why, and it's a simple song, man. I'm drawn to the Bob Dylan's "You Got to Serve Someone," or I'm drawn to that song, and I'm also drawn to like Jerry Salley. You familiar with Jerry Salley?
Yep.
Jerry Salley's he's a monster of a writer. He's got a song called "Paper and Pen." Now, I'm telling you this right now. If you haven't, that would be a song for your listeners to go out and listen to "Paper and Pen" by Jerry Salley. That is a monster of a song. Now, was it a big hit on the radio? No, it wasn't. But it is a monster. I mean, it's a monster of a song. And, Larry got anything Larry Cordell does, he's awesome. Daddy was a Navy man. That I think an artist by the name of Kevin Denny. Are you familiar with him? I think
I've heard the name. Yeah,
or late '90s, he had a deal. He did a song called Navy Man. Daddy was a Navy man. That's a great song. I could sit here all night, man.
Yeah.
There's so many songwriters in this flipping town. It ain't even funny.
Right.
Not.
Great songwriters.
Great songwriters. So,
Eddie Joe, what about you?
If there was one song that I wish I would have wrote, just for royalty purposes. What's the song? Dolly Parton's "And I Will Always Love You." Just for royalty purposes, but
it's a great song.
Yeah, Dolly's a great writer.
Yeah. Oh yes, that is a good one. I probably "Friends in Low Places." I could almost have got that if you was at the bar, but
that's true. You did.
Probably "Friends in Low Places," but that was a monster too.
Oh, Bud.
Yeah, Earl Bud, right?
Earl Bud Lee.
Yeah, Earl Bud Lee. Yeah.
Right. And that's, I just like the thing that I love about that question is just because it kind of makes everybody think and everybody goes, oh my gosh, and I don't know if I really want to answer that or not, but there's so many great songs out there.
It really is.
Yeah.
Really
I'm not a songwriter, but I can think of a lot of songs that I wish, if I were a songwriter, that I wish I'd written, from you go back to Don Williams, Tulsa Time, like you guys did that earlier. That would have been a good one. Or you got George Jones, The Grand Tour. And then today, Luke Combs. If you can pick anything by Luke Combs. It didn't matter. Hurricane was a great one for him. And then, some of these others, and I know some of the writers today, not as many write their own stuff as what they used to. But
what's trending right now in Nashville is they have like six and seven writers on one song.
Yeah. How are you going to make any money off of that anyway?
That's the way these guys feel when I add the word "and."
How are you going to make any money off of that?
It's trending. I'm telling you, it's trending. It's
word for a third.
Yep. So somebody calls you up from Hollywood and they're like, we want to do a documentary about Flat River Band. Yeah. But you guys get to pick who's going to play you in that movie. So who is going to play each of you in this movie? And you don't just, each of you just pick your own actor portrayal.
We would rather pick each other's. Can we pick each other? We would rather pick each other's.
Well, how about we do that? That might be more fun.
That might be fun.
So we're going to let Denny Joe pick Andy, and we're going to let Chad pick Dennijo, and then Andy, you pick Chad. How's that?
Okay. All right.
So I go first?
Yeah. Who's picking me, you son of a bitch? I'll slap you. I don't care if we are live. Go ahead. Let's hear it.
Okay.
So you're picking Andy? You're picking Andy, Andy's picking me, and then I'm picking you.
Just look familiar.
Come on.
Okay, so Andy, if I was going to pick Andy's role, it would be
$20 million.
no, it would be what's his name? Jack Black. Jack Black.
I love you, Jack. If you're listening, if you come to this, love you, buddy.
Jack Black.
Jack Black. I can't wait to hear Andy.
Chad, I would think maybe. I'm gonna go easy on you, Chad. I was thinking either Kurt Russell or Billy Bob or something. Billy Bob Thornton, one of them two.
Kurt Russell or Billy Bob Thornton?
I was thinking John Candy.
I knew this would be a fun idea, George.
This is freaking George.
I love it.
Dennijo would be
right here.
Dennijo would be over here.
No, Dennijo would probably be Dan Aykroyd or Chevy Chase.
I was thinking Mike Myers would go.
You remember his screen name, don't you?
No. Hey, who's the actor that was in No Country for Old Men? The bad guy in that.
Oh gosh.
The bad guy in No Country for Old Men.
Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh.
Walk around with the air compressor, you know?
There you go. Yeah.
I cannot remember. I don't know if I could even look that up. Let me see here real quick. You got me going now. It's like you do that, and I'm obsessed, guys.
Oh my gosh.
All
What
right.
is it, Chad?
No
Does he
country
look
for
like me or
old men.
something?
Let's see who the
Steven Siller?
I don't think. I was thinking Goldfinger Mike.
trying to see.
All right, here it is.
Tommy Lee Jones, Javier Bardem, or Josh Brolin.
Not Josh Brolin.
not
No,
Josh Brolin.
he's too good looking.
I'm talking about the bad guy. I'm talking about the bad guy.
Let's see.
Right there, that's him, Javier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Javi.
Javier Bardem.
Yeah.
Javi.
Yeah.
He's a good looking guy. I could pass as him. You're right. Thanks.
In the movie, though.
In the movie. That's
In
not
the
what he looks
movie.
like in the movie.
He had a bowl haircut.
Did he?
Oh. Yeah, he had a bowl.
See, we're all just trying to think of really funny actors.
Larry, Moe, and Curly. How about that?
I was waiting for Jim Carrey to come out of one of you. I thought that might be a good one for somebody, but I'm not going to pick who it is. Oh my gosh! So what do you guys got on tap now? I know. Let me get back over here to where, because I got your website pulled up. You guys are playing in and around Nashville. Got a few dates in Hendersonville, Centersville, Tennessee. Also, you're in Shelbyville, Paintsville, Kentucky.
Yeah, we're actually, what's not on the calendar is Sunday after our festivities with our kids. We're popping down to Dothan, Alabama, and hitting a bunch of radio stations. So
all right,
we'll do that Sunday through Tuesday. So
yeah,
and we'll do those once a week till we get tired of driving.
Right. So, and for folks that don't understand a radio tour, let's kind of educate them real quick. A radio tour, it's a fun time for these guys, and for the stations especially, because what they do, they drive around the country to radio stations, and they'll go in and they'll visit with different people, primarily program directors, music directors, the guys that make the decisions. It's not necessarily a kiss up road trip, but sometimes it does kind of turn into that, doesn't it?
It's like this.
Guy here. Let's send the closer in.
Yeah, he's the closer. Send the closer in with some bologna cake.
There you go.
You remember that in
Coal Miner's Daughter?
Coal Miner's Daughter?
Yep.
Yeah, what she said there on live on air. How bologna made her feel. Aiden's the closer. He brings in some bologna cake. And he knows how to wheel and deal. Listen, our grandpa was a vacuum salesman in Palm Springs, California, back in the 1960s. Okay, and Andy, he's kind of our salesman. He could sell a pallet of ketchup to a woman in a wedding gown, easy, any day of the week. He can do it. Yeah,
They're full of it.
he's humble.
They're full of it.
I like his humility.
No, that's
It's on full display, George.
Oh my gosh, you guys are something else.
You're thinking, what did I get myself into, huh?
Oh, hey, it's a great time. I mean, I love it.
didn't it, George?
Hey, George, I do want to say before we get off the air, I wanted to say that we're going to be in this fall. We've got some theater dates coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be probably in Murfreesboro,
Illinois.
Okay.
Liberty Theater over there. The tickets probably won't go on sale for a couple more weeks, but that's in
September.
And I believe in August sometime we're going to be at a theater in Paragould, Arkansas. So we got not too far, and that's your listener. And you're listening
right
where you live at. So we'd love to see one of our shows.
Hey, I'm hoping to make it to one myself, but definitely
September 10th, George.
September 10th.
September 10th will be at Murfreesboro, Illinois.
Well, unfortunately, I won't be able to make that one. But
oh my gosh, George, you're putting us on a spot here.
I know. I've got a previous engagement, so I've got to. And I'll talk to you guys because you never know. I do I'm not making this up, really. I promise. I know what you're thinking. They're going, yeah, he's got a previous engagement. He's so full of crap. No, we have a veteran charity concert that I'm doing up in the St. Louis area, and it's that day.
Oh, really?
So,
wow, that day. Well, we're at night, so we're just
But once I get done, I'm going to hop in the private jet, and I'm going to jet my way to Murfreesboro. I'm going to see you guys. How's that?
That's right.
It's about an hour from you.
Right. So, but no, I am going to get out to a show. So where can folks find your music? I mean, I've already had one guy, and thank you, Chris. Chris is Chris O'Brien. He is the CEO, chairman, owner of Forgotten Coast Canine, and they train dogs for veterans and first responders with PTSD and stuff like that. So it's a great organization.
That's awesome. Very cool.
But Chris, I try to be humble, but when it comes to you guys, I don't know if I can be as humble as I need to be. But he said that because of me, he's been listening to y'all. So Chris, I'm really sorry. I don't try to do that to folks. But, no, they've got some great music. So thanks a lot for listening. But where can folks find you if they want to find you?
George, I love that segue. That's awesome. That's better than sliced bread, George.
That sounded like a closer statement.
George, you've been fabulous, my friend. I appreciate you, buddy.
This is my first radio.
Check us out at flatriverband.com. We're on just Google Flat River Band. We're on Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, YouTube,
all on the socials.
You'll see Andy on TikTok. Just check out Flat River Band.
and I got to show you what my wife says too, real quick, just so you know.
Ain't his first segue. I love it.
Don't take that wrong. Y'all, I mean, y'all know how a man's mind works, and you can turn anything into a bad thing. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I love you, honey. I'm so glad when we bought this house, she bought a comfortable couch. But now, you know, you can find the guys anywhere. They're going to be out traveling. And now rumor has it, and I don't know that it's been confirmed yet, but I did get a call the other day that y'all might be stopping by the area and saying hello. And I look forward to that because I haven't, you know, we saw each other in February down in Nashville. And unfortunately, we had to take off just after your first song. I mean, we didn't get to stay very long, but if you've never been to Nashville during this time, you have no clue what it's like. It's like you're down there for 4 days and it's like, oh my gosh, it's 96 hours. It feels like you're up constantly during that. And I'm old. I can't do that anymore. So we had to get back to the Airbnb and go to bed. But I can get up the next morning and do it all over again. But you guys, I mean, just it's been fun talking with y'all, and I can't wait to just hang out and hear y'all play some. I mean, you know, if you come to this area, bring your guitars. We got a fire pit. We'll sit out there and do a bonfire in the middle of August at 96 degrees or whatever.
Yeah,
at the middle of the night, you know.
We'd love to.
You know,
we'd love to do it sometime, George. Thanks for having us, brother.
Thank you,
absolutely. Absolutely. Folks, it's Flat River Band, 3 brothers. They're amazing. Go listen to them on all the streaming platforms, the DSPs, whatever you want to call it, the pay for your radio. Oh, did I say that out loud? Y'all go listen to that stuff and, you know, and check these guys out. They've got some great music out there. And Shining Through My Window. I tell you what, we're just going to finish out a little bit of that tonight. We'll be back on hopefully Monday night, trying to get somebody lined up here. And if not, you may just see my pretty face by myself. So let's take it out with the Little River Band. Boy, I just butchered that, didn't I?
You did.
Hey, there's some good harmonies there too, though. I mean, you know.
Oh yeah.
You got it there. So the Flat River Band, we're going to finish out with Shining Through My Window. So you guys have a great evening. Take care, and we'll see you again. Hell, I hit the wrong button there. Hang on. Let me get over to my other page. That always happens. All right. Flat River Band, boys, thanks for hanging out. We appreciate it. We'll be back on. Y'all take care.
The sun is shining through my window. Everything seems to be okay.